Oh my god, Dom. My boyfriend stood me up last minute to hang out with his friends again for the 10th time this week. Maybe you should break up with him. Oh my god, Dom. My boyfriend keeps talking about other girls and comparing me to them. Maybe you should break up with him. Oh my god, Dom. I walked in on 2 girls and an old bald man on top of my boyfriend on our 4-year anniversary. Wow, amazing. It was almost as if there were no signs that foreshadowed this. You dumb bitch. Breakups and why they're not always a bad thing. Yeah, I know Valentine's Day wasn't too long ago and many people celebrated their love for one another and their partners, but I feel like we gotta give some attention to the not so healthy relationships. And I'ma bet that a lot of you watching are probably in one. Yeah, that's right, I'll be inducing some breakups. Let's go! Oh my god, Dom, that's so heartless. Just because you've been through some bad breakups doesn't mean others should too. So, you're saying that even though they're in a bad relationship where either or both of them don't feel any form of fulfillment or growth with their partner, they should stay together for the sake of preserving a toxic relationship and avoiding a breakup just because it's a sad thing to happen? Funny story, someone actually contacted me one time to tell me that his girlfriend broke up with him after watching one of my videos, and I just thought, oh, that's pretty unfortunate, sorry dude. But if she was so influenced by my stories to reflect upon her own relationship and make a judgment based on that reflection, then either she came to some sort of realization that you guys probably aren't compatible, or she failed to interpret my content as rhetorical and jumped to a conclusion without properly discussing it with you, to which I say, good riddance my dude, you deserve better. I'm sure most of you have a friend or know someone who's just honestly in a shit show of a relationship. I commonly see this problem with my girlfriends, friends whom are girls, but guys also get their fair share of the abuse. I empathize with them and I want to help because I've been in some pretty bad relationships that I probably should have broken off sooner, but since I was too stubborn to let it end early, I wanted to keep giving second chances that weren't necessarily deserved. When my friends talk to me for advice, I try to see both sides of the story, even if I don't have direct access to it. I may try to give the other party the benefit of the doubt, or try to come up with evidence of their benevolence. Oh shit, that was fire. I should write that down. Because the friend is sometimes so clouded with emotion that they can't think rationally. But sometimes those friends don't necessarily come to you for actual advice, and are so fixated on their point of view on the relationship that they just need someone to spill their thoughts to. But there comes a point where the rants just get ridiculous and you wonder, why even stay with them? Why is this person worth fighting for? Why not just break up? End the source of your misery. It seems like such an easy option, right? But I can understand why it can be so difficult to go through. I think deep down, those friends constantly asking for advice want to hear that option from a third party. Why don't you just break up? I think they need to hear that question because it's at that point that they realize there's only 2 options for them to choose from. Stay together, or don't. When presented with this ultimatum, they'll either realize that the good in the relationship overweighs the bad, and that we're obligated to accept the flaws in others and in ourselves in order to respect each other and find balance. Or they realize that their partner is a worthless piece of shit and is undeserving of their love. And if you're wondering what some of those red flags are that tell you to probably get the hell out, let me give you a little boost. They shoot down your self-esteem and make you seem like you're not good enough for the world, and assures you that they're doing you a favor by being with you and that you should be lucky to have them. Basically, they force you to be dependent on them but make you feel worthless for doing so. They are possessive and deny your freedom to see your friends or talk to people in general, a lack of trust. But if their lack of trust is backed up by your history of being an unfaithful piece of shit, then okay, you probably deserve it. They treat you differently between public and private situations. This applies to social media as well. They pressure you sexually when you've made it clear that you're not ready and feel uncomfortable. Fuck you, Steve. They find every reason to argue with you, not to solve an issue, but for the sake of being right and to feel above you. They dig up the past to use as ammunition in those arguments when you two have already moved on from those disputes. They are stubborn and incapable of feeling remorse, even when they are proven to be at fault. They always aim to victimize themselves so that you feel sorry for them and excuse their faults. They're overly protective of their phones and conversations with other people. They're secretive about things, they act suspicious without reassuring you of their loyalty, or they're probably planning you a surprise party. Their words are inconsistent with their actions. They support Trump. They are unsupportive of your dreams and ambitions and discourage you from pursuing them. The relationship feels too one-sided and unbalanced. One of you is trying much harder than the other. But while not all relationships can achieve a perfect balance, surely you can tell when someone is lacking effort. And the list goes on. There are dozens of other reasons that I can't possibly cover, but if none of these apply to you, then you're either in a healthy relationship or you're single. Congratulations, you probably couldn't relate to this video. I'm sorry. I understand that all relationships are case by case, and by no means am I encouraging anyone to end theirs just because their partner was late for that one dinner, or you find out they don't like fettuccine alfredo. I'm sorry for your loss. But I am encouraging anyone who's currently in a toxic or abusive relationship to build the determination to escape and relinquish your dependency on someone who doesn't treat you with respect, someone who doesn't make you feel special, because chances are someone else is out there, waiting for you to give them the opportunity to actually do so. If I know one thing, it's that anime will always treat me right. Just kidding, it's pretty much an emotional roller coaster with every single one I watch. But don't take my word for it. You guys can also join in on the fun and entertainment and occasional sadness when you get too attached to the characters by trying a Crunchyroll Premium membership for 30 days. All you gotta do is go to crunchyroll.com/Domix or click the link in the description. Emotional roller coasters in anime, emotional roller coasters in manga, and emotional roller coasters in drama titles. They got it all. Quality ad-free 1080p episodes as soon as an hour after Japan release, professionally subtitled episodes, and a convenient app on most devices. It's my go-to place for when I want to rage over the death of a dog. Rest in peace, Danny. I'm still salty over that knee to the face. Again, that's crunchyroll.com/Domix, link below. Enjoy!